Hi everyone. So welcome to our first module, our first week of the semester. Now I will be making a video like this for every single week to just kind of overview and quickly walk through the assignments and the expectations and the learning materials for each week to just kind of appease any questions that you might have. So this is the first one, and right now I'm looking down at our module from a bird's eye view to just kind of walk through what we'll be doing. And this first week is kind of a more laid back week just to give you time to get your land legs for this project, if that even makes sense. So right here is where you would have found this video. And so I'm going to just walk through. First of all, I'm going to ask that you read over kind of the Canvas site in general. There's a module 0 up here that has some information, some tutorials, some kind of answers up there. But I want to emphasize this. Now, if you look at the syllabus, there's going to be no AI generated content for this class. That means please do not, because I will not accept it, please do not generate content using AI. This is important because I need to assess your ability to do it yourself, but also AI, even just in the last year, people are getting sick of AI. People reading, writing that has been generated by AI in professional settings immediately have a less than or a lower expectation of that professional. And so it is incredibly important to learn and practice how to share our ideas through our own writing, how to transfer them from our head onto the page so an audience can really understand what we're trying to say. AI is very poor at doing that. Now, we will be using AI to help with a few things like skills assessment and things like that where it comes in very handy. So I'm not anti-AI at all, but as far as generating your writing, your voice, your professional identity, no, you retain the reins to that. You retain the control of that, please. But I'm going to ask you to watch that. It's just a really short video that I created that explains why. So there are always going to be a required readings, and then we're going to get into the activities and assignments. And so for this first week, there is this really short reading about the basics of rhetorical writing. Rhetorical and rhetoric simply means persuasive. So professional persuasion through writing. There's some just basic, I'll open it up, some basic things to remember. So it's not very long. It says it's like 7 pages, but they're big font. And so, remember your goal, remember your audience. That's key when professionally creating or sharing of ideas and trying to make connections through writing. Remember who you are writing to and cater your writing to that person. Okay, so read over that, and then we're going to get right into the instructions for our first project, which is going to be a professional bio. I'm not going to say a whole lot right there. I'll open it up though, because I've created another video here where I offer a little bit more explanation, and then there's the written explanation. So please don't just watch the video, read this over so you know what's expected. This is going to be due in let me move this up, in like a couple weeks. This is a fast class, so you got 2 weeks for this professional bio. And then we're going to get into the activities for this week. The first one is just a simple introduction, and it's a discussion board. So I'm going to ask you to share and tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself to your classmates, and post that. And then within 48 hours, is it 48? Yes, 48 hours, I'm going to ask that you respond to at least 2 other classmates and just kind of try and find commonalities or things that you have in common. I guess that's commonalities. So just connect with one another. All right. Then I have here a syllabus quiz that I'm asking you all to take, and I'm asking that you get 100%. You can retake it as many times as you want, but there's certain things about this course that I want to make sure, and about the syllabus that I want to make sure that you understand. And so that's going to be this week. Let me get into the next. I don't know why that is twice. And then I'm going to ask you, and it's not showing up yet because I'm making this video before the course is actually published, but there is going to be a page, hold on, there I was able to get it to pull up. So this page is simply the instructions for our professional bio. And so I know that you have read it, and so I can have a chance to answer any questions. I'm asking you to use the annotation tools provided here in Canvas to annotate these instructions. That means to highlight. Let's see, we can use this one to highlight things that you find meaningful, and to open up the comment box and leave comments there. You don't need it all caps because that's kind of yelling, but let's see, leave your comments right there. And then at the end, add a text box right here to ask me any questions that you have. Boom, and then simply submit. Okay, that's just a chance for me to answer questions that you have and for me to see that you've read it. All right, so that's it for this week. I'll be posting another video next Saturday. And so please, in the meantime, reach out to me if you have any questions. Use the Canvas inbox over there. That's the best way to get a hold of me, but I'm here to help you get through this, okay? All right, have a great week.